Welcome back to another episode of Burgcraft. You'll see in a moment I'm recording this on Christmas Eve. You can tell by the Christmas packages. Done a couple of updates since the last episode. I added some roof trussing, and I also noticed while I was editing, I missed a couple of blocks here, so that's not ideal. Those are fixed. That's back. I moved in the furnaces. I've redone a little bit down here because while I was editing, okay, well, the green kind of throws it off a little bit, but it's not too bad. I found that I made these out of spruce wood as well, the shelves, and they I didn't like it. It looked a little bit too samey when you walked around, so I replaced it with some dark oak, and I think that looks pretty good. Added some detailing to the floor here because the floor is looking a little samey. I might add some more floor details. I don't know if I'm just being a little bit picky though. Enchanters down here, some crafting stuff, potion brewing. All the stuff has been successfully moved in, including all of the materials. So we're finally moved in. I haven't done that. I've added the furnaces. And the cats. Still looks divorced on the first floor, but that's going to be time for improvement later. Something else that happened. I don't know when this happened, but I was just like walking by. I was like, "Oh, I'll have a quick check on the old villagers. They're dead. They're gone. Don't know what killed them. I don't know what happened. I don't know if the zombie was able to get at them over time or something, and they despawned, but they're gone. So Iron Farm is once again broken. We still have a pretty good amount. That means that there's gonna be a future project is gonna be making a better iron farm that I don't have to fix constantly, making it a real one. Yes, I agree with you. But that's not going to be happening today. Today, first order of business, we need nether supplies. I want to make comparators and observers. We can get some proper automation going in some of these places. Other than the disaster of chasing a cat into the nether portal, I have not gone in there. So I want to go in there and get a bunch of stuff. So the nether spawn that I have has a nether fortress right in front of it, which is really handy. So first order of business is going to be go in there, make the portal safe because it isn't. Go into the nether fortress, see what we can get. Try to get some quartz, see what all we can manage. Right. Let's see how this goes. Block in the bar, bow ready. Let's roll. Oh, there's a cat out here. I didn't bring a flint and steel, just in case somebody blows us up. Oh, god damn it. No. Nope. How does it always hit the fucking villager breeder? No. Okay, no, it's fine. Okay, flint and steel. Need flint and steel just in case somebody blows up the portal. And I'm thinking I'm gonna go on the cat rescue too. It's just a cat in the nether. I think there's also a wandering trader in there, and frankly, that's fine. Like, lead. Like, if a wandering trader stuck out there in hell, that's fine. He can figure it out. Cats, though. Cats have... They don't know. They don't know what's going on. All right. I was only in for a couple seconds and got nervous. Let's try this again. This is mirroring my real life way too often. Yeah. I'll have that blocked off this way. We'll make the exit on the side. So that, they stop hitting me. Ooh, wither skeleton. Ooh, that's... Cat? Cat? No, no, no. Okay. Come on. Let's get you out of here. Go through the portal. Go through the portal. Love me. Shield. Love me. Okay. Woo. All right. Come on. Come with me. No. Okay. Excellent. Cat rescue successful. Oh, God. No. Stop. 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 Okay. Jesus Christ. All right, trying again. Who will lead? Okay. We can pretty this up later. We just need a safety. Okay. Oh my. Right. All right, man. Big lava lake too is actually really nice. That means in the future, this might be a good candidate for a wither skeleton farm. You're right. This is. Coward. Creams. The creams will be good to make some fire resist potion in the future. Okay. An elder man. Can't see shit. Alright. Yeah, that's pretty obvious. Nether wart, though. Yes. Also huge for potion making. First blaze rod. Ow. Stuff still hits hard in here. Like the having regular skeleton. Fully enchanted armor is helpful, but like still the stuff still slaps pretty hard. Oh, hello. Oh fuck. Oh my god. Oh shit. Oh, fire. Oh, that scared the shit out of me. Ooh. Ooh. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Spawner. Okay, okay. I think this turns it off? Nope. Okay, well, fuck me then. I was on the spawner Wikipedia. I was like, oh, just add torches on the same Y level as the spawner. That hasn't worked. Can you? My shield actually rough shape already. That's a bounding box that goes into the basalt delta. And you want to make a good wither skeleton farm. It's best in the soul sand valley. Because there's just less other stuff that can spawn. Ooh, a wither skull. Okay. Oh, hello. Excuse me. Sorry. A second one. Oh, shit. Oh, if I could get enough materials to make a beacon by the end of this, I would literally be pogging so hard. Living without a beacon is miserable. The whole base on the multiplayer server is coated in beacons. So I'm now once again continuing to be a spoiled millennial. Oh, I don't want there to be piglin. Oh. Oh, yes. 3 wither skulls. This is already worth it. I know I keep in here for quartz, but like any good drops are good drops, you know? I was kind of hopeful when this started that there was going to be like a lot. Seems like most of this is stuck in the basalt delta rather than Soul Sand Valley. The Soul Sand Valley would be substantially more convenient. Okay. What is... Oh, he's over there. Soul Sand Valley, basically you can make a wither skeleton farm that doesn't spawn a whole lot of other stuff, which is really handy. Oh, hello. Because to a certain extent, you can't prevent it. Like, there's going to be a certain amount of other mob spawns regardless. Like, blazes will still spawn. But, like, you avoid, like, the cubes and some of the regular piglins. Although basalt delta probably would still work too, because you end up just slabbing most of it to stop the cubes. Shouldn't that work fine? I don't know. I'll have to look that up later. Ah! Okay, no, back in, back in. Jesus Christ. Startled me. Well. Okay, well, that's already a rough start. Build more something more convenient in the future. It's just, this is going to be... realistically, my best bet. Oh. Aha! Okay. Yeah, because later I can build something up to that, but I'll just... That's actually like stairs, but this will do for now. Whoa. Oh, no soul speed. All in all, that's a pretty successful couple of trips. We can now use... We have the materials to brew potions. We have quartz for redstone. I mean, is this the point where you start worrying about getting ender pearls? Start getting materials we need to do like a Ender Dragon fight? And then go on an Elytra adventure? Oh, we have... No, we don't... I don't have the materials for that, because even if I had Elytra, I don't have any way of making firework. I think what I should do now, though, is I do have the materials, or at least some. I have some materials so that we could get some cheaper trades. So I think I'm going to do that grind here really quick. Where is anything? How do I... Okay, we have the cheaper trades. We got deals galore, and we're going to have so many emeralds as a result. And that's going to be really excellent, because that means that we can use emeralds to actually buy stuff that we might need rather than just enchantments. So that means we can set up some clerics to get redstone from them. We can get Honestly, I don't remember. But some stuff that's useful. We'll have a lot of emeralds and we'll be able to trade. Now, one thing that's kind of upsetting is apparently you can only cure them once. I tried curing this guy multiple times to get the carrots lower, but I couldn't. So some of the books that are... I looked it up afterwards, is that you can't do that anymore. You can only cure them the once and get a discount. So some of the expensive books they're still expensive, but they are much cheaper now, and we can get a lot more emeralds now, and that's going to make our life a lot easier. So what I've decided on is I'm thinking we're going to need more stuff from mobs generally before we start hitting the end or worrying about that kind of thing. So I'm thinking we're going to do a couple projects. First, this sucks. So let's make a proper smelter array so that we don't have to fiddle around with stuff. We'll do that. There's the cave spider spawner over there. We'll buff that out so that can be a good XP farm and that first also for some string and some more spider eyes if we need them. And then I think we make a mob farm. We make the general mob farm. I'm pretty sure with the amount of quartz and stuff that we have, it shouldn't be a problem to make it. And that, getting a general mob farm, not for XP, but for materials, a nice place to AFK and just get a whole bunch of materials is going to be really solid. So I think we'll start with the furnace. I'm thinking for fuel though, because I don't have enough stuff to make some of the other automatic fueling sources. So I'm thinking I'm just going to do a temporary one that just has a fuel source and that's it. Later on, we'll try to make one that kind of operates a little bit more infinitely, and that'll be really nice. So I said I wasn't gonna do anything fancy, and then I did. I was like, no, I want to see if I can make something work in here. Limited space is kind of a problem. I probably should have built this first if I was smart, which I'm not. So, what is this? So I figured, like, you're watching time lapse putting stuff together. I figured let's just take a second to stop and to kind of explain this. So this is for the fueling line of the smelter. So first part, we need fuel. This is a set. This is just a stick of bamboo. We have a dispenser here that's filled with bone meal and a piston. When I hit this lever, that's going to push this observer over, which is going to make an observer clock, which is just going to rapidly tick and hit power on the dispenser and the piston at the same time. So it's going to basically grow the bamboo, immediately shatter it. It looks like this. Now, the only downside I've noticed so far is it isn't lossless. Because as you can see, there's some bamboo that's kind of built up there. A little bit of it. A good amount still goes through. But not all of it. So I might put, like, how much space do I have under this floor? I actually have a good amount of space under the floor. What I might do is I might put a hopper minecart under the dirt, so that stuff that only the stuff that drops here on the dirt gets picked up. Bamboo grow on mud. Actually, let's test something here and go. Huh? So I could do that, And then if I was to, once again, storing stuff that I've been picking up. Just put a hopper there. Yeah, everything that fell just landed here. Okay. So that's good. That's a good start. Yeah, there we go. Won't prevent it, but it'll reduce it. There's going to be, in a system like this, there's going to be something's going to fly out. So the bamboo fires out here, goes up down this water. I'm very lucky I had a wandering trader drop off some blue ice early in the game. Very handy because I don't know where ice is yet. Not anywhere close as far as I'm aware. So that goes over here into this bubble elevator, going into this hopper here. Now, this up here is an auto crafter. And basically what the auto crafter is going to do is the bamboo is going to go into the auto crafter, fills up, and it makes blocks of bamboo. Blocks of bamboo can be the fuel, so we're just going to have, we'll just have like a hopper minecart here, and that'll just go along back and forth, delivering our blocks of bamboo. How this auto crafter works, it's a little tight back here. See, this is I wanted quartz for comparators, and I've gone comparator happy. So, the way this works, comparators, they give you information about whatever item that they're attached to. So when a comparator is put into a crafter, it basically outputs a signal that says how full the crafter is. So this one is on. The crafter itself, you can basically, as part of it, you can hit the slots off and on, basically, because you can shape whatever recipe that you want. When you hit all 9 of them to be filled, to be disabled, this outputs the same as it would if it was full. So what that does, that comparator is going out here. This is our auto crafter that's taking the bamboo. When it's full, it's going to go into this comparator. Now, comparator, what it'll do is it will only output redstone signal when the power going into it is greater than whatever's greater or equal to whatever's going into the sides. So when this is full, this is outputting a power of 9. And because this crafter here only has 2 items in it, it's only outputting a signal power of 2. And because it's basically saying, is this crafter more full than this crafter? The answer is no, so it doesn't output a signal. But once it does get full, once it gets up to the full signal strength, that will power the redstone line over there, which comes down here, goes into this target block, powers the crafter, and then that's what actually crafts the recipe. So we can, actually, I'm going to unearth this bamboo. I'll just take that. Put this into the hopper. Actually, we'll just showcase something here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this has 8 items in it. It's still not powered on enough. The second that I put in the last item, it will craft a block of bamboo. And that spits it out into this chest. We put this into this hopper. We can see it happening. It's filling up. Turns on and crafts. So what that'll do is I can just sit here, hit that. Over here. This is going to fire bamboo at it. Every time it gets enough bamboo, it'll craft into a block into this chest. Under the chest, we'll have the hopper minecart, which will then feed our systems. Hopefully that makes sense. I know that like redstone makes a lot of people kind of gloss over, especially when we're talking about comparators. But yeah, that's the fueling system, and you can see it's not perfect. Because all whatever the hell's going on over there, and like still there's a bunch that comes out of the sides here. In an ideal world, once we have like a proper base set up and a proper amount of space, proper buildings and stuff, we can have just a regular bamboo farm that doesn't require bone meal being fired into it, that will just completely power everything. And I figured that just having a bone meal powered one would be pretty convenient, so that when so we can use all the bones that we have, but also just like a really easy and quick kind of source of fuel. And then we can also just like, of course, we could just put our own blocks of bamboo in there. Oh, yeah, we're out. How much did we lose? Lost a lot, actually. And how much is that? I'm gonna break in for a second. Take that. That's a pretty substantial amount just lost to the sides. There's only so much I can do about that. Well, let's up the sides here because of the mud might make it more likely to fire out the sides too. Because mud's not a full block. We can also this, and we'll get a chest. We can put bone meal in it so that we don't have to automatic. We don't have to like keep running past and refilling it, which will be annoying over time. Not so much, once again, not so much for like, oh, I want to be the most efficient that a person can be. It's also partially just like, I just kind of wanted to make it and just see, just see what happens. Kind of try it. And I didn't like, I was just like I didn't look up how to do a crafting thing, of course, or anything like that. I just wanted to, and I just kind of fiddled around with this until it worked to my satisfaction, or good enough at least. But yeah, so I'm gonna still have to build the rails and the loading setup, which will have to be separate. I don't know if on the other side, maybe on the other side. I'm not sure. Figure that. You'll see that in the time lapse, whatever I end up deciding doing when I finish this off. Man, I just realized it would actually make more sense to use not the blocks of bamboo, but the bamboo planks, because they burn for just as long, but you get twice as many if you turn them into the blocks into planks. I should do that instead. Okay, this is gonna take a second to work out what to do here. I noticed because I was running it for a little bit just to make all of these bamboo blocks, that like the loss is astonishing how much loss there is. I think that could be improved by maybe replacing some of these things with like some of the surroundings with solid blocks. But then it just ends up being this like weird looking tube, and I'm not interested. I don't want to have a weird looking tube. God, thank God I thought of that though. That would have been so much more inefficient. And then there'd be some sort of like redstone enthusiast in the comments being like, ugh, didn't you know that the smelting efficiency on just after a substantial amount of fiddling, we have something. We got a furnace. Not the prettiest, not the most convenient, but it will work. We got the loading system over there. We can turn on with the switch over here, which is super inconvenient. And right here we have the loading chest. Put our stuff in there, and then when we button, we are smelting. That's all going to show up there. So once again, not pretty. Maybe we'll pretty it up. We'll add some like some covers, some trapdoors, some things like that. But you know, for something that's kind of just like just make something that works. This is good. This will do us for now. In the future, we'll make a proper super smelter, but this will do at the time being. One thing I usually would add would be like a an auto shut off, something that's like it just only goes when it's full. But with the amount of space, I just couldn't be fucking bothered, so I didn't. But yeah, we got an auto smelter. Huge. Okay, so calm down. I've been working with the smelter for a little bit, and now I made, you know, fancy large contraption. Is this better than doing it by hand? And I think my overall consensus is no. There's just too much loss here to make it worth it. Like, this chest fills up, and like a bunch gets stuck in the glass, and it's not. I was trying to work in a smaller space and make something a little bit fancier. Nope, not worth it. So I'm gonna keep this for now because I still want to have the auto smelting just ability. But I think when it comes to actually like, we'll have to take another day for another project to do like an actual proper like smelter and then build around it so that I'm not limited by the space. So that it makes a little bit more sense. I know some other people like they'll make a building and they'll be like, I'm gonna try to fit a smelter in this, or I'm gonna try to fit this other contraption in there. And I'm not good at it. I've realized I prefer to have the space to work from. Like, I did this to try to make this a little bit more convenient for the smelter, for the bamboo planks, but then I had to turn this around because the minecart would just get stuck here. So that's a problem. But then now, because of the way that the speed works going up, I want to have an off switch properly. There is just uneven item filling. As you can see, these ones are doing nothing. And these ones still have like over half a stack of meat in it. And this gets stuck and all that, so not good. I think next episode we'll make a proper smelter over there and try to work out all of the things that we've learned, you know, so that this isn't a worry. But now we're on to the next project because I still want to keep moving forward. There's no time for shame. There's only time for progress. This is a learning experience. You know, that's part of it too, is learning. Next step of the process is we are going to make a cave spider spawner XP station. Now, out over this way, I dug straight up and labeled it. There we are. With a thing. We have spider spawner. They're literally like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks apart. This is so big that I think I might actually be able. I've never made a spider spawner in general, let alone a double spider spawner or double spawner of anything. But this might be good enough that I can actually just keep this in the same room. Just kind of dig out this area, and then we'll have them all collect into the same place, and we should be able to get better XP gains than we were getting at the skeleton farm. The skeleton farm's still good for bones, but this will be good for XP. We can go leave for a bit and then come back. What the fuck? Where? Okay, I should probably torch up the rest of this area. Big dark pit. Okay, yep. Okay, I see the problem. Anyways, we're gonna dig this out and we'll we'll have a nice, cool spider spawner by the end of it, hopefully. And we'll see how it goes. So, here comes a... Oh. Oh, no, that's an unfortunate shot that I've taken. Okay. I have something that I think will work. We're up to the point where it's time to test and then run into the hole. Oh, why don't I have my sword on me? Oh, I'm not prepared for this in the slightest, man. Oh, that was close. That was almost my first death. Oh, fucking great. Okay. That was a disaster in basically every possible meaning of the word. The key, though, is are they getting shoved in? There is one fucking block I missed. God damn it. I'm going to actually be fucking prepared. Okay. Jesus Christ. That's one. There's a couple getting stuck in there. This will fit if I crush that? If I like make that a little smaller? Big gains though. Let me in. Okay. That what the? Oh god. Oh god, what has happened here? Oh shit, I left an opening. Oh. Oh. Okay, well this has been a disaster. I'm just basically every determination. Or Jesus fucking Christ, man. Alright, what's going on the other side? Okay, so that just gets them all to go to the ceiling. Yeah, they just run into it. Look at those some are going down there. Now, is that because of the design or is that because of what I did? Let's see what happens. This is looking like, yeah, this looks like it's because of my interference in walking in there rather than the design. Yeah. Okay, so that means if I was to just go upstairs and let's let everything despawn. Yeah, they're both going. No, yeah, they all come into here. There's a couple exceptions, but these are just they're spiders. There's like I feel like you're gonna have a little bit of loss to the walls. Probably no matter what, but that's pretty good. That's a mission accomplished. That was almost a first death, but that's a mission accomplished, and I'm feeling good about that. Going great. Yeah, I'm just gonna sit here and repair my tools for a little bit. Let's go. Well, I tore it all down. I used it for a little bit, and then just like the amount of maintenance it was taking to make it function, quote unquote, automatically was just it wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth the difficulty. So we have this for now. This is just a regular, like, nothing special. No fancy mechanics on here. I could add some fancy mechanics, but I didn't. Smelter. Have some building up some materials and things. I was like smelting some stuff and just kind of doing some things, and I couldn't take it. It just drove me nuts. So in the future, I'll have a better solution, basically. One that will allow for more automatic and like not having to think about it as much. So a better way, like an auto loading part of the cart of the things to be smelted, better fuel source. It's just there's not enough room in here for this. I realize basically it's just there's not enough room, and I'd rather have a dedicated space for it. I've also, ironically enough, I've got the storage room now. I've been using it. I've moved things into it, and it's already too small. I said earlier I was a hoarder, and I'm just like, even now I'm like, oh man, but like I'm gonna run out of space if I get a lot of this and this thing, and like I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about just the amount of space this takes up. The thing that's nice though is the way that I've kind of set this up. A, this is still supposed to be temporary, but B, like if I want to expand, we just bust down a wall and dig out, you know? We can just kind of keep going. This is expandable. It's a nice thing about basements, at least. I can't expand up here. I don't like, not sensibly at least. But dig big hole, I can do that. We can have a bigger hole. So I think instead for the interior, the furnace is there for now, but whenever I have some sort of like actual interior, I'll have either a separate building that has the smelter in it with a kind of a more specific solution, or I dig a separate room. I think I'm gonna have a separate building so I can build a furnace array to the standard that I want it to be, and then worry about a building around it. So I think that's gonna have to be the order that I do things. 50 levels. I've been using the cave spotter spawn. It's the cave spider spawner. It's been going well. I have a dog now. Nice. So the last thing I was smelting is I'm trying to build up materials for to build a mob farm. General mob farm to AFK and just get a lot of materials. Get a lot of I want to get a lot of gunpowder, a lot of bones, things like that. I'm thinking because as soon as we get that, right? As soon as we get that as a supply, then it's reasonable, I think, to go get elytra. So I think that'll be the next episode will be Ender Dragon and getting elytra. And then after this, I'm going to find a spot to put a general mob farm. Now, mob farms generally, the general mob farm, they work better in the ocean. Either in the ocean or in a perimeter. I'm not doing that because I don't want to. Going to find an ocean, like there is an ocean, like 1,000 blocks that way. That's 1,000 blocks away. Why do that when I could just build one over here? And just have one nearby. Not really have to worry about it. Might as well do that. So I'm going to be building up the resources and materials to make it. So it's mob farm time. Can I speak correctly? It is mob farm time. So what are we making? Why are we in the desert? What is happening? So back behind me, that's where the base is. The mob farm I'm going to be making, because I want to get one that's just like, it's going to work. It's going to work forever. I've done a lot of resource gathering. And while I'm actually here doing this voiceover, realizing that I didn't actually bring all of it. So we're going to have to go back, but I'm still going to record this anyways, because I'm here and I've already started speaking and the sunk cost. So we are here in the desert. Now, there's a couple principles about mob farms. The one I'm going to be building, I believe, is a nem bomb creation originally. I believe that's who it is. And I've seen there's nem bomb, and I believe it's Burgcraft did some improvements. I'm also referencing a video by Potato Noir. I'll put links to those things in the description below if you're interested. Because Potato's video is actually really interesting about different mechanics and things like that. And I'm going to bastardize the explanation, but it's like an hour-long deep dive into how, like, the optimizations of mob farms. And I'm going to try to, like, incorporate that here. Got a pretty good idea of how it's going to put together. But, you know, there's going to be a little bit of having to remember things. So, we're in a desert. The reason I'm going to be building this in a desert, there's two. First thing is mob farms work better lower to the ground. Your best mob farm is going to be in a perimeter, right? It's going to be in a big giant hole as close to the bottom of the world as you can get, because there's just more mobs that spawn there. Oh, bed. Did I... I'm a bed. Okay, I'm doing this voiceover while walking. Jesus Christ. How does this guy accomplish anything? So, mob farms generally, they work better lower to the ground wherever you can. Lower to sea level is good. I don't have the materials or resources to make a perimeter, so I'm not going to. Next best thing, as low to close to sea level as you can get. Once you do that, there's basically kind of two options you can go for. You can build it in the ocean, which is something that a lot of people do, because you don't have to spawn proof anything, and you can build it as low to the ground as you want and get good spawn rates out of it. The other way to do it, is by building in a desert. Now, what does a desert give you? Deserts have lower rates of zombies. They actually just spawn husks and... What the fuck is that? Oh. Oh, there's a drowned throwing shit at me. Where are you? Oh, I want this trident, maybe. No trident. Jeez. God, that scared the crap out of me. Anyways. In deserts, husks spawn instead. The main benefit to that is that when you run the mob farm, there's actually a lower chance of them to spawn. So by the end of it, you end up with less rotten flesh. Now, rotten flesh can be good because it's something you can trade to villagers. There's that advantage, you can trade it, but that is a lot of clicks. And there's a wandering trader. All right, you gotta Minecraft music. You gotta calm down a little bit. Where are you? What do you got? Nah, okay. I'm here just getting, once again, playing ADHD Simulator. Where did I put my ice? And also, I will once again say that I didn't want to use the top barrels for storage, but I've already started. So yes, you can get drops from, I have a very needy cat, by the way. Don't mind that. You can get rotting flesh and trade it to villagers. But 4 emeralds, in terms of what we already have, that it's already so efficient that don't really want to worry about it. But lower rotten flesh means that we actually end up with more gunpowder, skeleton bones. We end up with more witches. So we end up with just more redstone and more things like that out of it. We basically increase the rate of all of the other drops, which are much more interesting. So we build in the desert and we get a few more items. We just get more items that we want. And we want this primarily, we want it for gunpowder. But getting more redstone is also pretty good. Pretty solid thing. I have to pet this cat. He's freaking out. So now I'm currently horsing with one hand. And turn and walk. So yeah, we're going to be building this here in the desert. It's going to be low, so good spawns. Lower rotten flesh means we're still going to get some rotten flesh, and that's still going to be a thing that we can pick up. But we're mostly going to end up with gunpowder, bones, spider pieces, things like that. We'll be able to get a whole bunch of stuff. And the mob farm itself is going to be something that we can expand on. We can add better storage. So right now we're going to have I'm going to have filters because just a bunch of loose random items in chests is really stressful. So we are gonna have filters, so that'll be something. Yeah, so we'll be able to add shulker loaders in the future and things like that. Now, one thing that really did annoy me, as you can see, I just have a stack of barrels, which is all my building supplies. I want shulker boxes so badly. This is another spoiled millennial moment, millennial Minecraft player, where I'm used to shulker boxes. You know, you have a project, you need to build a farm in a certain spot, you just load up your shulkers and go. Not here. Coming up with stacks and then just filling them in barrels. It's a weird feeling. It's really, really weird. So yeah, I'm gonna get to work building this. It's gonna take a little bit, but it's gonna be worth it. Oh, wait for it, wait for it. Yeah. Oh, I don't get sick of that. It's so satisfying. Although because I'm in spectator mode, I'm in the free cam mode. I don't have any sound down here. So I can't really hear the splat. I can probably recreate it though. Oh, geez. Oh, no. Oh, my Jesus. Oh. Oh, that's not good. Oh. Oof. Perfect. All right, let me walk you through what we got here. I'm currently up here in the sky, hanging out in a tiny glass box. Now we go down. We have the crash pad for me to jump down properly. And we have 11 spawning platforms. And after a certain amount of stuff spawns, we get a pulse, sends water down each one, flushing all of the enemies off. They land in the bigger pad, into the hole, and down they go. I followed this doing a couple of improvements that I'd seen in the potato noir video. Once again, linked in the description. So for starters, saving on materials by using bamboo. This doesn't have to be bamboo. It can be anything else, but it has some like candy stuff. Like the center platform is the length that bamboo can go. It is 6 wide. And then the next one you can kind of like easily count and easily place, and it's a little bit less stressful to deal with. So I think that's kind of nice. The hole is 5 by 5 so that we don't get as many spiders stuck in it, and everything falls nicely onto this platform. Now both of them are timed with boat clocks. This boat is getting sent around in this little square, and when it lands here, it triggers and sends out the water the whole way down. And that is timed at the same, that is like in sync with this one down here, which once everything lands and dies, it will go around and it will flush all the items out like so. And by the time that the water's gone, the enemies will be falling, so that none of them have their fall broken by the water. We have a simple sorting system here. There's actually a new type of item filter that I've never used before that I'm using back here, which is A/B tileable. The reason being, I can actually jump down here and have a look. I almost fucked this up once about which side the water was on. Yeah, there we go. And down here. And I'll go sleep because this place is not particularly mob proof. As you can see, mobs everywhere. It's dangerous. So if we just take a second and build up to the item filters. This one basically monsters. Set up like this as opposed to the regular impulse item filters. This allows basically you can have less filler items in it. One of the problems is just because of the randomness of how they spawn, you can basically get it so that enough items will end up in one of these filters that it actually triggers the next one to open just because of the way that the single strength works. And this sort of design prevents it. So they don't interfere with each other at all. It's not as easy to build because it's a different design every time. It's a different pattern every single time. So like there's some complications, but we have a filter for gunpowder, string, redstone, bones, rotten flesh, arrows, glowstone, and then the last one is for overflow. In the tutorial videos I usually see, they have like something that breaks, that like just destroys the items. But I'm a hoarder, and you never know when you're gonna need something, so I just wanted to have overflow instead. But just like I've been running this for like a little bit, like a couple hours, and already a chest full of gunpowder. We were getting redstone out of this. We're getting a bunch of arrows. We're getting a little bit of glowstone, not a whole lot. We're getting a couple of these other drops as well, which is pretty exciting. It's kind of weird that arrows made it up there. Boy. But yeah. This is also perfectly aligned, which is also really important. So strangely, this is directional. The amount of time this takes is, and whether it functions at all, is a directional clock. This has to face north. And it's also set up so that this one here, we go up, we have the chunk borders on, This one and this one are both inside the same chunk, so that means that when we leave and come back, they will always be synced. We don't have to worry about the boats going out of rotation and having to reset the clocks manually point. But yeah, that's it. I think this has been pretty successful. So I think that's a perfect time then to end. Okay, well, this is professional fat fingering his keyboard. Had a lot of progress in this episode. We've made a mob farm, cave spider spawners. We did stuff at the base, made a smelter. But I think at this point, it's getting to where I need some things. I have projects I want to work on, and living without shulker boxes and beacons and things it's not good. So next episode is going to be the shulker journey, the elytra journey, the ender dragon, and everything involved to get into that. If you made it this far, thanks for watching. Make sure to, do all the analytic things, like, comment, subscribe. And that's it. Thanks. Bye.